Welcome to the course Compiler Design. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about optimization of DFA based pattern matches. So in this, first we'll discuss about important states of an non-deterministic finite automaton, then functions computed from syntax tree by computing nullable function, first position function, last position function, then follow position function from syntax tree. Later we'll discuss about conversion of a regular expression directly to DFA, then minimizing the number of states in DFA, then state minimization in lexical analyzers, then last one, trading time for space in DFA simulation. These are all the various topics we are going to cover in this lecture. Now let us move one by one. First, let us see the introduction about optimization of DFA based pattern matches. Here we will present three algorithms that have been used to implement and optimize pattern matches constructed from regular expressions. The first algorithm is useful in Lex compiler because it constructs a DFA directly from a regular expression without constructing an intermediate NFA. The resulting DFA also may have fewer states than the DFA constructed via an NFA. The second algorithm minimizes the number of states of any DFA. Here we will use the minimization algorithm where we studied in formal language and automata theory, same minimization algorithm. Here by combining states that have the same future behavior, the algorithm itself is quite efficient, running in time big O of n log n, where n is the number of states of the DFA. Then lastly, the third algorithm produces more compact representations of transition tables and the standard two-dimensional table. Here, the trade space for the DFA. So here, how to represent the transition table using data structures with the two-dimensional table format. These are the three algorithms we are going to use for their respective purposes in the concept of optimization of DFA-based pattern matches. So now let us move to how to define or distinguish important states in an non-deterministic finite automata. So during the subset construction, where we discussed in earlier lectures, we will get two sets of NFA states and treated as if they were the same set if they satisfy the following two conditions: have the same important states and either both have accepting states or neither does. So with this, we can define the important states of an non-deterministic finite automata. So when the NFA is constructed from a regular expression by Kleen's theorem part 1, we can say more about the important states. The only important states are those introduced as initial states in the basis part for a particular symbol position in the regular expression. The initial state is one of the important state. So then the important state corresponds to a particular operand in the regular expression. So operand means here operand is nothing but input symbols. So wherever the input symbols are labeled, then those states will represent it as important states. Initial state and final state, anyway, default, those are all important states other than these two. Wherever input symbols are labeled, those input symbols are from regular expression. The constructed NFA has only one accepting state, but the state having no out transition. So any final state is the end state. From that, no outgoing transitions generally. That's why this is not an important state. But as part of recognition of tokens, final state is essential. So then how to make it as important state? Here by concatenating a unique right end marker hash symbol to that regular expression, or we give the accepting state for R, a transition on the end marker hash, making it an important state of the NFA for the regular expression or concatenated with the end marker hash. In other words, this can be defined as by using the augmented regular expression or concatenated with hash, we can forget about accepting states as the subset construction proceeds. When the construction is complete, any state with a transition on hash must be an accepting state. For example, here now, this is some Q intermediate state, then on end marker hash, then whatever the state that will be designated as accepting state or final state. So now final state is also becomes now important state. So now let us take one example. Here we will construct syntax tree for a given regular expression. From that we will construct automaton. Then the states also represented. So in this syntax tree, here you can see this is the syntax tree for the regular expression, augmented regular expression concatenated with the hash a plus b whole closure a b b. So first you can take parenthesis expression in syntax tree. Let us see some notations where the leaves or leaf nodes corresponds to operands and the interior nodes corresponds to operators. So now here you can see plus, asterisk, these are all operators. These are all operators which are represented as internal nodes or interior nodes. Then whereas operands A, B, including this one, these are all called as operands, which are represented as leaf nodes. Leaves corresponds to operands. Now here you can see interior node is called a concatenation node named as cat node. Then R node, that is union, or star node. These are all labeled by the concatenation node labeled by concatenation operator dot or circle. Then the union operator node labeled by R symbol or plus. Then the star node is labeled by the star operator respectively. Now with this combination, now we can see the syntax tree for this regular expression. First within parenthesis expression you can take a plus b. So a plus b plus is the operator that you can represent as interior node. Left child is a, right child is b. This is child 1, then child 2, left child, right child. So then that is concatenated with star. Closure means here you can take star. Then that is concatenated with the symbol A. So concatenation is represented with circle or simply dot also, some cases. So now this entire part is concatenated with A. Again, this part is concatenated with B. Again, this part is concatenated with another B. Finally, this entire part is concatenated with hash symbol. Now, this is the complete syntax tree. Here you can see all the leaf nodes are numbered from left to right. So the leftmost leaf node numbered as 1. Next one is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we will call it as positions. Now onwards in syntax tree, all leaf nodes are numbered. All those numbers are called as position. Now position 1 is for the leaf node A, position 2 for the leaf node B, and so on. Position 6 for the leaf node hash. Now this is the representation of the nodes in syntax tree with various forms. So here we have concatenation node, R node, then star node, only these 3 combinations. So now for this regular expression a plus b whole closure a b b hash, the NFA with epsilon is shown here along with designating important states. The important states numbered and other states represented by letters. So here we mentioned when you can say a state is an important, so that can be labeled with an input symbol. So that is denoted with number. All other states represented with letters. The default states, initial and final states can't be represented with number. Why? Because by default, those are all important. Other than those two. So now here A is the start state, F is the final state. Now here you can see wherever the inputs are labeled, then from which state the input is represented, that is designated as important state. From state 1, input is labeled with A. So state 1 is important state, and 2 on B, here input is there. Here 2 is also important state. Then from 3 on input A, this is also important state. Then 4 on B also, this is also important state. Then 5 on B, this is also important state. Now finally here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are important states here. So these are all represented with numbers. All other states are represented with letters: capital A, capital B, capital C, capital D, E, capital F. So here we have to exclude initial and final state. So remaining all are non-important states represented with letters. Like that, we will discriminate important states and non-important states in automaton. Here you can observe one more difference. In this automaton, this is augmented regular expression. We have taken OR hash. So this hash transition is also included. For the regular expression, A plus B whole closure, A, B, B hash. Now, let us move to next concept. Functions computed from the syntax tree. In the above syntax tree, we'll compute various functions. To construct a DFA directly from a regular expression, here we'll construct its syntax tree first and then compute the 4 functions: nullable, first position, last position, follow position, and defined as follows. Each definition refers to the syntax tree for a particular augmented regular expression or hash. So these functions can be computed from the syntax tree only. First one, nullable of a node n. When this will be true, the value of nullable is either true or false. When this will be true. So for a syntax tree node n, if and only if the subexpression represented by n consisting of empty string, that is epsilon or null, in its language generated by the regular expression. That is, the subexpressions can be made null or empty string, even though there may be other strings it can represent as well. So then only the null values are defined. Then second function, first position of n, is nothing but is the set of positions in the subtree rooted at node n that correspond to the first symbol of at least one string in the language of the subexpressions rooted at the node n. So for all these, the rules are given for the following table that we will see here. Here we are explaining what are these functions actually. Then the last position of n is nothing but set of positions in the subtree rooted at node n that correspond to the last symbol. Previously first symbol, in last position last symbol of at least one string in the language of a subexpression rooted at n. Then next function, follow position. See, follow position for positions only we will consider, whereas nullable first position last position we will consider for the nodes. That is the difference between the above 3 and this one. Here positions means like in our previous syntax tree we used 1 to 6. So for position 1 we will find follow position. For position 2 we will find follow position, like that. So follow position of P for a position P is the set of positions, let us say Q, in the entire syntax tree such that there is some string, let us assume x equal to a1, a2 and so on an in L of R hash, such that for some I there is a way to explain the membership of x in L of R hash by matching ai to position P of the syntax tree and ai plus 1 matching to position Q. like that. So now for all these, the general rules are shown below. We can compute nullable first position and last position by a straightforward recursion on the height of the tree. The basis and inductive rules for nullable and first position are summarized in below table. Whereas the rules for last position are essentially the same as first position, but the only difference between last position and first position is the roles of children C1 and C2 must be swapped in the rule of cat node. Cat node is nothing but concatenation. Concatenation node. While finding the last position values, C1 and C2 are swapped. Remaining all cases, the last position values also same as first position values rules. Now let us see the rules here for computing nullable first position. Here last position rules are not given because these are all same as first position, except in case of cat node, the two children are interchanged. Here first here we have taken node, then nullable of that node, first position of that node n. First we will consider the leaf node. Leaf node labeled with epsilon. So that means null. Then it returns nullable as true. Then first position of that null leaf node is empty, denoted with pi. Then a leaf with position I. So I, this is not null. So therefore nullable value is false. Then first position of n is I. Whatever the position I, the first position is also same. Then if you can take R node, denoted with R symbol, also with plus symbol, C1 or C2 or C1 plus C2. So the nullable value can be obtained either nullable of C1 or nullable of C2. Then this is true. For first position value, you can take union of both children's. First position of C1 union first position of C2. Then for cat node denoted with concatenation C1 C2. So cat node both should be nullable. In case of nullable, then only it returns true. Nullable of C1 and nullable of C2. Whereas first position values, here two cases are there. First case, if C1 is nullable, that is if nullable of C1, then we will consider first position of C1 union first position of C2. This is the first position value. Otherwise that means C1 is not nullable. Then we will take first position of C1 as first position of n value. Then for star node denoted with asterisk closer. So C1 closer, for example, children 1 closer. So by default, star node contains null. So it returns true for nullable. Then for first position of C1, so here we will take directly first position of C1 as the first position of n. These are all the rules for computing nullable first position. So last position also same. Last position also same, except for cat node. So here C1 and C2 are swapped. So remaining all are same as first position. That's why separately we are not mentioning last position values here. Now let us compute for the syntax tree what we demonstrated above. So now this is the syntax tree here. Now we can see using the above rules, we will compute first and last position. For every node, here you can see, here you can represent within set left side of that node. These are all first position value. Right side of that particular node, these are all last position. Then follow position latter will obtain using first and last position values. So these are all the notations we will use. For a node, left side set brackets, first positions are included. Then right side set bracket, last positions are included. Now this is the single node. And one more thing, for leaf nodes, the first position and the last positions are the default position itself. So therefore, this is the single leaf node. So it doesn't have any children. So the first position is 1 itself, yet the last position is also 1 itself. Then for node B, the first position, its value is 2. So 2 itself. Last position is also 2. First, for all leaf nodes, you can write first and last position. For this node A, the first position is 3, the last position is 3. For node B, the first position is 4, then the last position is also 4. For node B, this one, the first position is 5, then the last position is 5. For node hash, the first position is 6, then the last position is also 6. Now for all leaf nodes, the first and last positions values are calculated and represented. Now take other nodes. Now here you can see, here we have R node. This is the R node. For R node, what is the formula? Let us see here. For R node, the first position value is calculated as first position of children 1 union first position of children 2. Now let us see for R node, this is children 1, A1. Then this is children 2, that is B. Now for C1, what is the first position value? 1. Then for C2, what is the first position value? 2. Now take union of, here you can write clearly. So for node R, first position of C1 union first position of C2, that equal to. So what is the first position of C1? For C1 means left child. For A, first position is this one, 1 union. For right child C2, that is B. For this first position is 2. Now this will become by combining these two, 1, 2. Now for R node, the first position values are 1, 2. Then for last position also same. Why? Because this is not cat node. Same you will get 1, 2. Now next one is star node. For star node, let us see the formula for star node. Here you can see. For star node, the first position of, if it is left child, the first position of the left child equal to first position of C1 itself. If it is right child, the first position of child 2. But because here C1 closer is there. Now here you can see for star node, the first position of C1. C1 means here you can take left side part. For R node, for what is the C1 here? 1, 2. Then right side, for right child, what is its first position value? Here also 1, 2. So here you will get 1, 2, 1, 2 only. Then coming to next one is cat node. For cat node, you can observe by using the rule. Here you can see the cat node. For cat node, here two cases we have. If C1 is nullable, then take union of first position of child 1 union first position of child 2. If not, if C1 is not nullable, then you can take only first position of C1. Now here you can see. For cat node, the child 1, here you can see child 1 asterisk. So whenever star node means it contains null, this is nullable. So then here nullable of C1 is satisfying. Then you can take first position of C1 union first position of C2. So now here for cat node represented here. So here nullable of C1 is true. Then you can take first position of C1 union first position of C2. This will becomes now. So for this node, child 1 first position is 1, 2 union. Then for child 2 first position is 3 for C2. Now this will becomes 1, 2, 3. Now these values are 1, 2, 3. Now here you can see, then right side for child 2, here you can see what is this one. A is not nullable. If A is not nullable means what you have to do, you will consider first position of that child node. Now here for this, now first position of this child is 3, last position is 3. Here only consider first position. Now here you will get 3. Then similarly, let us take this cat node. So this cat node, this is C1, this is C2. C1 is not nullable. Now what you have to do here, else case you can consider first position of C1, else first position of C1. If C1 is not nullable, so then here you can take the same values. For C1, first position is this one. You will take 1, 2, 3. Then right one, this is also not nullable. So now we will consider the first position of this node, that is 4. Then similarly, this is also next node. The left child C1 is not nullable. You will take 1, 2, 3. Then right child also not nullable. Take first position of this one, that is 5. Similarly, for this node, left child is not nullable. You will take 1, 2, 3. Then for right child, hash is not nullable. Then it's first position. You will take 6 as the last position value. Now here you can see for all nodes, first position and last position's values are calculated under labeled. Now with this further, we can proceed for calculation of follow position values. Now the same is represented here clearly. Here you can see whatever we explained. So for every node, left side set is the first position value, right side set is the last position value. So for all nodes, A, B, R, star node, cat node, then leaf node A, cat node, leaf node B, again leaf node B, cat node, leaf node hash, then cat node. For all this, first and last position values are labeled here. Now to compute follow position values, here we have some other rules. Computing follow position. We need to see how to compute follow position. There are only 2 methods we have based on the position of a regular expression. The first rule is for cat node. If n is a cat node, which consisting of a left child C1 and right child C2. So now here n is the cat node. Now child 1 C1, child 2 C2, which is left and right childs. So for every position I in last position of C1, so here you will calculate last position of C1. Let us say some I. That means for all values you have to apply in place of C1. So for every position I in last position of C1, then all positions in first position of C2. Here you can calculate first position of C2. So all these values are in follow position of I, or in follow position of I. That is follow position of I equal to first position of C2, whatever the values, all you can take here. Here I means suppose C1 contains 3 values. For first value same, second value same, third value same. Like that for all values you have to apply in case of cat node. Whereas in case of star node, now here if n is a star node, here what you have to do, I is a position in last position of n. Here directly for this you can find last position of n. From this you can take all values as I. Then all positions in first position of n. Then you can find out for this node first position of n. So these are all in follow position of I. I means I can be taken from last position of n. Then follow position of I equal to first position of n. So here for follow position, we will consider only positions. We don't consider node values. In star node, we are finding the last and first positions only for node. Whereas in cat node, for left child and right child, we are finding the first position and last position values. So these are all the two rules. By using these two rules, now we will calculate the follow values. So let us first demonstrate these values. So this is the follow values, how to calculate. Now here let us see one example. First, let us take one by one node. First take the star node, this one. Let us see for star node how to find for star node left side what we have are for this 1, 2, then here 1, 2. Here first position is 1, 2, last position is 1, 2. This is first position, this is last position for star node. The formula for the star node is, first here you can find out last position of this node. This one you can find out. So here you can assume I1, I2. These are all position values. Then first position of n are 1, 2. Now the formulas are, first follow position of I1 means 1. Then follow position of I2 means 2. So for star node, you can see what is the rule here. What is the rule we used here? You can remember the rules here. For star node, follow position of I equal to first position of n. Directly you can take. These are all nothing but first position of star, that equal to, what is the first position of star? 1, 2. Similarly, follow position of 2 equal to first position of the node star equal to 1, 2. So these are all the follow position of 1 and follow position of 2. So this is for star node. Okay. Then coming to take the cat node, concatenation node. Let us assume this cat node. Now for cat node, here first position 1, 2, 3, last position 3. Then C1, child 1 is star, which has 1 to first position and 1 to last position. Then for C2, the value is A. First position is 3, last position is 3. Now, as per the rule, here what you have to find out, last position of children 1. Child 1 last position is this one, 1, 2. So this can be considered as I1, I2 positions. For this, now we need to find out follow positions. Follow position of 1, follow position of 2. It can be calculated as, first here we'll find for child 2 first position. First position of C2. C2, the first position is 3. This value is in follow position of I1 and I2. Therefore, here you can write, therefore, follow position of I1, that means 1, equal to first position of C2. Now, what is first position value of C2? 3. Similarly, follow position of I2. I2, that is 2, equal to first position of C2, you will get 3 only. Now here you can see follow position of 1, we got 3. Follow position of 2, we got 3. But earlier we got some more values for same follow position values. Now we can combine, therefore follow position of C1. I mean 1 equal to 1, 2 and 3. You can combine these 3. 1, 2, 3. Similarly, follow position of 2, same. 1, 2 and 3 are combined. 1, 2, 3. So like that, for same position, different values are occurred. You can combine all. So like that, you have to proceed. Now here you can see the cat node is also over. So like that, remaining all nodes. So now this node is over. Now for this you can apply same. This also another cat node. This also another cat node. For all this now, we can compute the follow position values using the formula. Finally, here you will get this table. The function follow position values. For position 1, follow position values are 1, 2, 3. Just now we demonstrated. For 2, 1, 2, 3. For 3, 4. For 4, 5. For 5, 6. For 6, we don't have follow position. Why? Because 6 is the last node. For that, we don't have any. So that's why this is empty, denoted with 5. For 6, here you can see further we don't have any nodes. Therefore, the follow position of this node is 5. Now, after finding these values, what we have to do? We will proceed to further. After computing the follow position values. Now, by using follow position values, we will represent the follow positions by a directed graph. Follow position by creating a directed graph with a node for each position. So each position represented as nodes 1 to 6. So we have 6 nodes. So 6 nodes are represented with circles. Then arc or edge from position I to j, if and only if the j is in follow position of I. So here you can write down again follow by using previous table. Follow position of 1 equal to 1, 2, 3. Then for follow position 2 equal to 1, 2, 3. Then follow position 3 equal to, in the previous table, whatever the values we obtained, 4. Then follow position of 4 equal to 5. Then follow position of 5 equal to 6. Then follow position of 6, we don't have 5. So based on this combination, now this is j, now this is I. So using this condition, we have to draw an arc I to j if and only if j is in follow position of 5. So here you can see now 1, 2, 3 in follow position of 1. Now from 1 to 1, 2, 3 you can draw arcs. Now you can see 1 to 1 means loop. Here 1 to 1, then this is 1 to 2. Now this is 1 to 3. Then again for node 2, same condition. All the 1, 2, 3 values, j values are in follow position of 2. So from 2 to you can connect the direction from current node to next node. So you can take outward directions. Now 2 to 1. Here you can see this is 2 to 1. Then 2 to 2, this is loop. Then 2 to 3. Then from 3 to 4. Then from 4 to 5. Then from 5 to 6. 6 to we don't have out transition. So now this is the directed graph for the function follow position. Now this graph is converted into NFA with a slight modification. So directly this looks like automaton only. Now see how to convert into NFA. It should come as no surprise that the graph for follow position is almost an NFA without epsilon transition for the underlying regular expression, and would become one if we make all positions in first position of the root becomes the initial or start state in the syntax tree. Then label each arc from I to J by the symbol at position I and make the position associated with n marker hash be the accepting or final state. So by making these three conditions, now the directed graph becomes NFA without epsilon directly. So now how to convert a regular expression directly to a DFA? Earlier we discussed this concept by using subset construction method. Subset construction method. Using same method, in this algorithm, the difference you can observe. First, the name of the algorithm, construction of a DFA from a regular expression or input is a regular expression or output is a DFA D that recognizes L of R. Now see the method. First, the above constructions we will use here. First, construct a syntax tree from the augmented regular expression or hash. We constructed one example. Then compute nullable first position, last position, follow position for the syntax tree using the methods discussed previously. First two steps we already completed. Then the third step is construct the states in DFA. Name it as D suffix states, which are the set of states of DFA D, and you need to find out the transitions for all the states in DFA. This is represented as D suffix tran. So the transition function for D by the procedure shown below. The states D or set of positions in the syntax tree. Initially, each state is unmarked, and a state becomes marked just before we consider its outgoing transition. The start state of D is its first position of N0, where N0 is the root node. For the above syntax tree, that node 6, the first position value is 1, 2, 3. That you can consider it as the starting state or initial state. Anyway, the accepting states are those containing the position for the end marker hash, the sixth one. So that is the accepting state or final state. Now, how to find out the transitions? Here you can see the algorithm for this. First, initialize the states of DFA to contain only the unmarked state for initial state, that is first position of N0, where N0 is the root of syntax tree for the regular expression or hash. While there is an unmarked state S in D state, then you have to mark S. For each input symbol A, you can find the U value. What is the U value? Be the union of follow position of P for all positions P in state S that corresponds to the input symbol A. Then if U is not in states of DFA, then you have to add U as an unmarked state to DFA states. Then you can find out the transition for that state. So then transition of the set S with input symbol A equal to U. Then you can add U to this DFA. So like that here, whenever new state occurred, you can rename it as one set. Then you can find out the transition. But here the transition delta dash of A on A in normal subset construction method, here we will use epsilon closure of delta of A on A. But here we will use based on follow position values with union. So that is the only difference. Remaining all are same as subset construction method. Now let us review the previous example. Here this DFA we already constructed. The question is construct DFA for the regular expression A plus B whole closure ABB. So now we will consider the augmented regular expression or hash. For this, now this is the syntax tree. This figure is nothing but syntax tree for the regular expression. We already explained this one. Now computed first and last position values for all the nodes. This also we explained. Now the follow position values also we constructed. Now we will continue with finding states and their transitions. Now the value of first position for the root of the tree is 1, 2, 3. So this is the start state of the DFA. So then you can call it as set A. Now you can find out the transition for input A and input B. We can find out delta. This can be represented here now D transition, A on A, then D transition A on B. So this can be calculated among the related positions correspond to input symbol A and input symbol B. So now in the syntax tree here you can see for A, the position is 1. Then again here also A, position is 3. Now you can take follow position of 1 union follow position of 3. This is nothing but D trans A on A equal to this one. Similarly, D trans A on input B with the position for the leaf node B. Here initially we have only 2. So follow position of 2. Follow position of 2. Then follow position of 1 and 3. You can take from this table. Now finally here you will get here you can see. So whatever we explained 1, 2, 3, 4. Now on A and B we will get 1, 2, 3. This is same as A. Now this is new set. Assume it as B. So B equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 is new. So we add it to D states and proceed to compute its transitions. Now the final DFA is shown below. You can apply this process for each and every new sets until no new sets are repeated. Like subset construction method, same process. Now this is the final DFA constructed for the regular expression A plus B whole closure A B B hash. Now here 1, 2, 3, but here directly we have taken the set values. This is actually A, this is B, this is C, this is D. This is final state. Why? Because 6 is the final state in the given NFA or in the syntax tree to end with hash and marker. So combination of 6, only one state we have. This is the final state. Then 1, 2, 3, the root node. This is the start or initial state. So now how to minimize the number of states in DFA? Here in formal language and automata theory, we discussed table filling algorithm. The video links also provided here. You can go through. So using Milne-Neerode theorem, by using table filling algorithm, so we'll construct the minimized states of DFA. The same presentation I have included here. Now let us consider one example. Minimize the DFA given below. The states are numbered with A, B, C, D, E. After applying this table filling algorithm, so here you will get the minimum state DFA. Here A, B, D, E. Here one state is minimized, and these are all the transitions. You can practice this problem using the table filling algorithm. So now for lexical analysis DFA, how to minimize the states? So state minimization in lexical analysis. Previously, we constructed one automaton for A plus B whole closure ABB hash. So now let us see, this is the DFA for the above NFA. These are all the states numbered. Now after minimizing this one, using the same table filling algorithm. So here no reduction is possible. We are getting same. Minimum state DFA is same as the given DFA. Therefore, given DFA is equivalent to minimum state DFA. But all cases it is not possible. Then you can practice another example. Now finally, we'll move to the last topic, trading time for space in DFA simulation. So here the transition function of a DFA is generally represented with two-dimensional table indexed with states and characters. Now let us see the diagrammatic representation using the two-dimensional array data structure. There is a data structure that allows us to combine the speed of array access with the compression of lists with the defaults. Here default is one array, base is another array, two-dimensional. Here next is an array, check is another array. First we'll take the states S, Q S comma Q states. Now A is input symbol. Then by applying next and check, here you will get RT or next states. So this is the representation data structure for representing transition tables. So here you can see the base is an array used to determine the base location of entries for the state S, which are located in the next and check array. The default array is used to determine an alternative base location if the check array tells us the one given by base of S is invalid. To compute next state from state S on input symbol A, use this function. Then the location is denoted by base of S plus A, where character A is treated as an integer with the range of 0 to 127. Now, if check of the location L is equal to S, then this entry is valid. And the next state for state S on input A is next of L. If check of L is not equal to S, then we determine another state T equal to default of S and repeat the process as if T were the current state. Finally, this algorithm is simulated as follows for the function next state. So int next state of state S on input A, if check of base of S plus A equal to S, then it returns simply next of base of S plus A. Otherwise, it returns next state of default of S, comma input A. Okay, now let us come to the summary of this lecture. What we discussed: optimization of DFA based pattern matches. In this, important states of an NFA, functions computed from the syntax tree, nullable function, first position function, last position function, follow position. Then converting regular expressions directly to DFA, then minimizing the number of states of a DFA, then state minimization in lexical analyzer, then trading time for space in DFA using two-dimensional array data structure. Now for this lecture, the reference is AHO 2 section 3.9. Next lecture will come up with the new topic related to unit 2, syntax analysis or parser.